my very last video of the year as we are wrapping up 2021. And when the old year ends, it's time to release what no longer serves us so that we can invite in positive changes. So if you are feeling stuck, like every day is Groundhog Day, and you want your life to finally change for the better, then make sure to make space in your life for all the good that's coming to you by getting rid of these 3 habits that are holding you back and draining you dry. Hi, I'm Amy Waterman. I'm a love expert here at yourbrilliance.com. And in this video, I want to challenge you to take back your power in life and love by letting go of what no longer serves you. So many of us don't even realize how much we are burdened and dragged down by expectations that we were never given a choice about. But just because you're a woman doesn't mean you have to play by the rules. The first habit that I challenge you to release is the habit of accommodating others. We are utterly terrified of saying or doing the wrong thing. We don't want to scare a guy off. We don't want to be a bother. We don't want to make a fuss. And so we hide everything. We hide it when we're upset. We hide it when somebody does something that hurts us. We even hide it when somebody makes us feel uncomfortable. We tell ourselves, oh, it was nothing. It will only hurt their feelings if we say anything. And there's no point in creating conflict. Besides, saying something might put our relationship at risk, and we don't want to lose this person from our lives. And so we keep the peace, but we pay a price. We sacrifice ourselves so that no one else will be put out. I see this in new relationships all the time. We find it so hard to talk to a guy when something he's doing is upsetting us, because we just know, or we think we know, that it will end up badly, because of course, guys perceive everything as criticism. And if you ask him to change, he might well decide that the relationship is too much work and walk away forever. Yes, that is a real risk, but it's a risk that you've got to take, because the good guys, the kind of guys who aren't going to run away, want to know how to make you feel good. They care about you and they want this to work, but they won't know how to make it better if you refuse to tell them when things aren't okay. So let's take a look at this incredibly common example. You're feeling upset and your guy asks you, "Are you okay?" And what do you answer? "I'm fine." He can react in one of 2 ways. First of all, he might sense that you actually aren't telling the truth, that you're hiding something from him. And now he's got to decide whether it's worth pursuing it. So maybe you lied about how you're feeling because you didn't want to talk about it. Or maybe you're ashamed of how you're feeling and you don't want it to be a big deal. Or maybe you're acting like everything's okay because you're testing him. And he's supposed to know that you're not okay, even though you said you were. So if he doesn't push you to talk about it, then you're going to guilt trip him for being oblivious to your pain. Do you see what that does to a guy? It messes with his head. It's so stressful. It's much more stressful than if you had just told him the truth. Now, the other way he can react is to believe you. He asked if you were okay and you said you were. Great. He can continue on doing whatever he was doing and he doesn't have to worry about you. But how does that make you feel? You feel unseen and unheard, right? Yes, you said you were okay, but he should have known better. He should have read your mind, not listened to your words. And so you end up feeling unsupported and resentful, and that poisons your relationship. We are so scared of scaring people away with honesty. We think we're doing the right thing by hiding our pain. But if you want lifelong love, then you need to stop hiding. Other people can handle your feelings. And if they can't, then maybe they're not your people. The second habit that I hope you release is the need to be what other people want you to be. We are swimming in this sea of advice that tells us everything from what to eat to how to decorate our homes. And everybody seems to be doing life better than we are. We have this natural desire to want to learn how to do things right. And it's so inspiring to see all of these ideas and feel like you can do it all. But the fact of the matter is, the way you do things is 1,000 times better than the way other people do things, because the way you do things reflects you. It reflects your life, your background, your idiosyncrasies, and trying to do things the way other people do them just makes you lose some of that quirkiness that makes you who you are. Now, I grew up reading women's magazines. So we always had stacks of Ladies' Home Journal and Good Housekeeping. And often that was all I had to read. So by the time I was 18, my head was filled with all sorts of this advice about how to be a real woman. I was supposed to cook new recipes and know how to clean every kind of stain and choose the right sofa cushions and satisfy my man. Now, looking back, I can see how useless much of that advice was. Now, don't get me wrong. That advice would have worked in an ideal world, but that world doesn't exist anymore. Those standards that you cannot possibly live up to don't serve you. They serve other people. They serve commercial interests. They serve to sell you things. They serve to keep you hustling after what everyone else is doing, rather than asking yourself what you really want and doing that. Now, walking away is hard. It can feel like a cop-out when you're not trying to lose weight or garden or decorate or do Instagram or whatever the current fad is. But eliminating other people's expectations from your life is this magical thing. It sets you free. Now, if you would like help with this, that's what the pleasure principle is all about. So I created this program to help you discover what sets you alight. Because when you make friends with your inner bad girl, you take back your power. Now, finally, the third habit that I hope you release is the habit of avoiding mistakes. The biggest problem with taking risks is always knowing that you could fall flat on your face. And that's why perfect people don't take risks. They stick to what they're good at so that they're always guaranteed to succeed. But loving your mistakes makes you so much more attractive. Research has actually found that we warm to people who own their mistakes because they're so much more relatable and they're more trustworthy. Somebody who's upfront when they've made a mistake is a better friend and a better partner than someone who cannot make mistakes for fear of not being seen as perfect. I grew up in a culture where making a mistake was proof that you didn't measure up, and it put a target on your head because everyone made fun of you and they remembered your mistake. They never let you live it down. And it took me a long, long time to get that training out of my head. When you don't feel like you're good enough, every mistake you make seems like proof that you're not good enough and you'll never be good enough. And every time you make a mistake, you're just waiting for somebody to say something or kick you out. And you end up paralyzed because doing anything new or different is bound to result in mistakes. Learning is messy, change is messy, getting better at anything is messy. So make peace with that messy part of yourself who never seems to get it right, because that's proof you're trying. So those are the 3 habits I would love to see you let go of: accommodating other people, trying to be what other people want you to be, and avoiding mistakes. But hey, that's just my opinion. I want to ask you, what do you want to let go of? What habits do you think are dragging you down? Have a think and let me know in the comments. I'm wishing you a wonderful new year, and I'll see you again in 2022.